Hey guys, today we're going to be doing an unboxing and review of this Provirtec Smart Tower Fan Pro. Specifically, this is the TF-02, and I do have to mention that they did kindly send this out to me for this demo. With that being said, let's get straight into it. So in the box, they have a lot of styrofoam to keep this nice and safe during shipment. I always love seeing that. And now we have the fan, a separate power supply, instructions, a remote as well, and the fan base. Let's go ahead and put this together. All right, so next up, we're gonna put the base together. It basically snaps together. Go ahead and do this on the table. Once you guys have the base together, there's a knob on the bottom of the fan. So there's a centerpiece right there that kind of looks like a gear. We're gonna twist that off. Then we're gonna place that stand and twist this back on and screw it down. We're gonna go ahead and screw this back on. So next up, we're just gonna take our screwdriver and screw the base down. And the cool part is they do even give us an extra screw just in case you're like me and drop one. From there, it's super easy. All we're gonna do is route this wire through this notch in the back so that it'll basically be hidden and easier to move around without dropping this on the wire. So here is the fan all set up, and I just took the little plastic piece out of the remote so we could go ahead and plug this in and start testing it out. Also, this thing has an app that is super cool and has a bunch of unique features that we're gonna go over in just a moment. So something cool that I'm noticing, this cord is super long, so I'm actually able to reach an outlet all the way off screen here. So when it comes to downloading the app, on the instruction manual, they give you the exact name and what to look up. So I'm gonna start installing that, and then a lot of the review from here is going to have to do with some of the features that they offer on the app, including a setting that will actually monitor the weather of your actual location to adjust the fan for your needs. All right guys, so I just downloaded the app, I made an account, and basically from there, you guys will click on the plus. And then I clicked on this because I turned the fan on. So it's already throwing out a signal that my phone could find. So from there, I'm going to add this and I'm going to put in my Wi-Fi information. So I can't show you that, but I'll be right back. All right, so I just paired it up to our Wi-Fi. Now I'm gonna click finish. And now we have full access to this smart tower fan. As you guys can see here, there are a ton of different options. So let's go ahead and start going through some of these settings. Because this is a smart tower fan, I really feel like you get the most out of this fan by using the app versus the actual controller. The controller does offer you a bunch of great settings, but being able to get on the app and change these settings right here is super cool. So if we want, we have these presets right here. We have the manual preset, or we could click exercise. This will change the fan to faster speed and something that you would want during exercise. Now, if you want to go to read, it probably will lower the sound a little. So the sound's quieter, the actual fan speed is lower, and then we have leisure. And it seems like as you go, the fan speed actually lowers. So let's try celebrate. That's one that I have not used. And just like I was saying, it's right in between exercise and read. So that's really cool that they have those presets right there, but they also have these normal modes up here that you guys could access via the controller or the actual buttons on the fan. So we have a nature setting, and this one is going to provide wind speeds that vary just like actual wind. So the wind will become more powerful and then slowly kind of wind back down, and it's really neat. But I personally, I love the cool setting. I live in Texas, so it is very hot here, and I like to run my fan at full blast. When you go to cool, it automatically puts it at level 8, and from here, I could really feel the air moving. This thing has some crazy power to it while not being too loud. Now let's go to auto, and this one will actually change based on the temperature inside of your house. So it has a little thermometer inside of it, and it knows what level it needs to be based on what heat temperature it is reading. And then of course we have sleep, and this one you can even change in here, but basically the fan will be much quieter than normal. Can't even hear it, but I could still definitely feel a breeze from here. So down here we have a bunch of other settings. We have the child lock, a display off just in case you guys are trying to sleep and don't want lights. You guys could basically mute it so it's not making noises while you guys adjust it. And you guys have the oscillation mode, and this thing can rotate up to 120 degrees. And it moves pretty fast. I really like the actual speed that it oscillates at. that. Plus there's a really cool feature on here. We actually have up to a 24-hour timer. All right guys, so I just actually hooked this fan up to my smart home system. I will have to mute what word I'm saying here for my smart device, but I'm gonna give you guys a quick example here. Please turn off the fan. And the fan turned off. Turn on the fan. And the fan has turned back on. It is pretty quiet, so it may be harder for you guys to hear, but the fan is definitely back on now, and I love the fact that we were able to just connect it to my smart device through their app. All right, so I will have to blur some stuff out, but this is how you guys pair it up. So you guys will go to the My section on the app, and then you guys will click on your smart device that is listed up there. I'm not able to show you them, but you should be able to see your smart device up there. Then it'll basically open up the other app for your smart device and get everything paired up for you. So with that being said, let's go ahead and take one last closer look at this fan and give you guys a really good close-up look at it. So we basically have this really nice matte black finish on most of it, but on the screen, it's off right now, but the screen has a more slick look to it. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn the fan off, and now we could still see the little Wi-Fi symbol to let us know that it is connected to our smart device. But if I turn it back on, it shows you the speed first, and then it should change to the actual temperature. So I went ahead and lowered the fan a little so I could show you guys how to adjust all the settings. This is the setting selector, and the natural wind setting is one of my favorites, because it does actually kind of just feel like you're outside. It isn't a constant breeze, but it kind of comes and goes. And I also love the way that the screen actually looks. These numbers are really large and easy to see from across the room, and they're not too bright. Plus you guys could turn off this light if you guys put it in the actual sleep mode. So let me go ahead and show you that. And basically it's gonna tell us the fan speed, and it's going to lower, and then it's going to black out, including that Wi-Fi symbol. Luckily, they made maintenance a breeze for us. Basically, there's just one screw right there. You guys could take that off and then pop this panel out to get any dust that got sucked up into this filter. If you guys are like me and are always worried about losing stuff like this, like a remote, they actually thought of people like us. There's a little remote holder right there, so you guys could tuck in your remote and basically forget about it if you guys like using the app instead. So overall, this fan is really cool. I love the fact that we have its own app and that I can connect it to my smart device, but most importantly, it is a powerful fan. Like I was saying, I am in Texas where it's very, very hot, and having fans around is just the best. And I think that this fan is definitely something that I want to hold on to just because of its super tall size, and it's also super powerful while being quiet, which is basically the best of both worlds. So overall, this fan looks great and performs great and has some really neat technology, and that is it for my super quick review of this tower fan.